Iron Chef the Anime! Hentai Edition. So, Food Wars. It's been the talk of the anime community since its announcement as an anime, and we finally have the first episode delivered to us by JC Staff. Honestly, when I was watching this episode, I was shocked to find out it was JC Staff animating this. I thought it was Shaft when I first got halfway through the episode, because Shaft is known for their over-the-top scenes, especially some of these ecchi type scenes in this episode. I expected it to be Shaft. Come to find out it was JC Staff, so well done, JC Staff. I have to say, well done. You drew me into the first episode, and I want to come back for more Iron Chef next week. So, yeah, let's talk about it. This is going to be my first impressions of Food Wars, or the Japanese title is Shokugeki no Soma, if I said that correct. But anyways, I'm just going to call it Food Wars. So, my first impressions of this series. Obviously, it's very apparent that the writer of this series is, or once was, a hentai writer. Now, yes, I'm not lying. I'm not joking about that, because I have done my research on this series once before, because I've seen it brought up in the Facebook Chibi community. Chibi's mentioned to me a long time ago, and I also did read the first chapter of the manga a long time ago, about probably 6 months back, and I've only read one chapter in the one-shot before it got serialized, but I only read those chapters, and I got a, kind of brief example what I should expect from the series. And so walking into this anime, I knew I was going to see some exquisite, over-the-top, ecchi scenes that were fan service. I expected something like that, so that doesn't really bug me. I expected it, but for some reason, it works with this series, which I'll save that for later on in this video. The main point is the presentation of the anime of Food Wars. It's definitely one of the best first episodes so far from this anime season. It is definitely one of the best in my opinion, because the way the quality of the animation is just forced into your face right at the beginning, it just makes your mouth drop. Because when I walked into this, I didn't expect to see such high quality animation, budget, and there was even some CGI used in this episode that looked so damn good. Like, I didn't even realize it was CGI at some points. Like the bacon scene, when you saw the bacon or the onions and the potatoes going into one, that was some form of CGI they were using in that scene, and it looked good. It looked so damn good. Best usage of CGI I've seen so far from the season, which there's not much anime that's actually came out yet. I mean, you only have Snafu Season 2, which I'm about to watch after this video, and then you have it to where Dungeon Girl also had CGI, which was ugh. And then Donnie Got Nani didn't have any CGI. So yeah, that's the only series so far that has came out. But regardless of that, Food Wars is definitely looking to shape up to be a very good series, judging by how this first episode is. And from what I remember of the first chapter of Food Wars, from what I read of it, it followed the material correctly, from what I remember of the first chapter. So that's good. That's very good. That means the story is getting adapted properly by JC Staff. The artwork and animation looks breathtaking for this new series. I didn't expect it to be this good looking. Music, oh god, like, what won me over when it came to this first episode? Like, what really won me over was the way the music was done. Like, it really shocked me, because when I watched this series, it's a food anime. It's just, people sitting down, being chefs, and chopping up fucking food and making food for someone to eat. And when you see someone doing, oh, you fangasming and shit. And I'm like, the point is, okay, it's just a food anime, and you wouldn't expect such high-class music either. Like, that tension in that music was, whoa, like, it beats a lot of music, I've heard in recent seasons. Like, that music was just so fitting, but just so right. Like, at first glance, it doesn't seem like it would fit with this type of series, because it's just cooking. But then when you see Soma, our main male character, grabbing this food, grabbing this bacon, you just see him putting his war face on, his bandana, he's putting this food, you see him sauteing everything and all that. I'm like, bro, be my chef. How much do I have to pay you? Be my chef. Be my fucking chef. Dude, that's crazy. Like, he was just going full Rambo on the food. He was just doing this, putting all sorts of crap on it, wrapping up potatoes and bacon, and I have never seen a usage of bacon like that. Like, I learned something from watching this episode of anime, like of Food Wars. I learned something. I never knew you could fold bacon around onions and potatoes and kind of make a pork roast, or, like kind of a fake pork roast, but bacon. I'm like, whoa. it taught me a new recipe. So I'm looking forward to finding out more ways to make food in this series, because the demonstration of how he cooked it was very obvious. Like, I mean, it was kind of like a YouTube video. I mean, you sit down looking at a YouTube video, okay, how do I cook so-and-so? That's kind of how it was. I mean, it was step for step from what you see, like he was putting seasoning on it, the way he was cooking it. I mean, of course, we can't do the flashy cooking where he's like doing this shit, you know, with the food, but the way he was cooking it, you could actually learn from that, which surprises me too. So that's another +1 for, you know, Food Wars. Now, overall, if you can't understand by now, I have already fallen in love with this series. My first impressions of it, I recommend it. Out of all the series so far that has aired, I 100% recommend this, because if you're not watching anything, and this is not on your to-watch list at the moment, I recommend you start it. It's good. Like, it's really good. I didn't expect I would enjoy a food anime this much. I'm not new when it comes to the food genre of anime, but I haven't watched much, and this is one of my first big major steps into the genre, and I say it's a good start to the genre. So tell me your thoughts. How do you feel about Food Wars? How do you feel about those hentai foodgasm scenes? I mean, whoa, like, you could definitely tell the mangaka was once a hentai writer. It's very apparent. But anyways, you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.